Good morning, children, and welcome back to our online class of computer applications. Children, in the previous video or previous class, I had shown you how we do the programs, how the BlueJ platforms help us to write the program, compile the program, run the programs. So this BlueJ platforms is an educational platform or application, you can say. That means with the help of BlueJ we cannot create a big software. It is just a platform which help us to write a code or program in a simple way. So I had shown you there practically. So now even chapter 1, chapter 2, and today I'll be starting the chapter 3. In end of each chapter there are exercise, question answers, fill in the blanks, multiple choice questions. You need to complete that. Like chapter 1 and chapter 2 we have already completed, so you need to do that and go through that. There are some solved question answer also, even you need to go that also. So today I'll be starting chapter 3. So name of the chapter is Elementary Concepts of Object and Classes. As in the first chapter I've already said you, Java is an object-oriented programming language. That means it follows the paradigm that is OOP, object-oriented programming. So whenever we talk about object-oriented programming, everything comes under class and object. So let me tell you a very simple example. You all are familiar with class. What is class? Like you all are in class 9, isn't it? Class 9. How you came in class 9? After passing class 8. Now when you pass class 8 and when you entered in class 9, there are not a single student, there are so many students. Group of students, they passed class 8 and came in class 9. Now each student, they are what? Touchable object. We can touch them. Okay, so class is what? Just a group name. There was a class for class 8, there is a class for class 9, even class 10 will be there, and so on. Now object means the student, the real entity. Okay, and these students, there are many in the class. That means a single class can possess so many different students, different objects. Now this object, they differ in their state, characteristic and behavior. Like amongst you, some are good in study, some are average in study, some are very poor in study. Okay, some are tall, some are short, some are fat, some are thin. There is a difference between each and every students. But one thing is common, they belongs to a class 9, that is single class. So class and object have some relationship, isn't it? If class 9 is not there, you cannot tell that this particular student belongs to same class. No, not possible. To tell that this particular student, they belongs to a single class or same class, we need a class first. So without class, objects are unidentifiable. You cannot identify. In the same way, okay, in the same way, if there are students but they don't have a class, then there is again meaningless. There is again meaningless. That means class is what? It's a blueprint. Class is a blueprint, virtual name given to a group of objects, isn't it? So let us take one example and I will tell you what is the difference and what is the relation between class and object. Okay, so see here a simple example. Let me take school. So let us consider school as a class for Java programming. Okay, I'm not talking about now class 9 and 8 or something like that. So class means a group, virtual name. So let us take the virtual name as school. Now what object can be inside this school? Let us take two objects only. First one let us take as student. Second one let us take as teacher, isn't it? There are two objects. So let me write down this one, school as a class and this particular as an object. Okay, so school has a two object. Let us consider, that is student and teachers. Now they have their state, characteristic and behavior. Like here for student we need a record, isn't it? Record. Now let us consider inside the record like name, father name, date of birth, address. Let us consider this one as record. Now same thing record we need for teacher also. Okay. Now another thing about marks, that is mark sheet. Each academic marks, maybe a first term, second term, or unit test or class test, that marks the performance that need to be recorded for the student. But do you think this mark sheet is required for teacher also? No. Teacher will not give the exam. Then what is required for the teachers? Okay, for teachers the requirement is maybe like you can say attendance, okay, or salary, or say the classes they take, okay, etc. So many different characteristics are there for teachers. Same way for student also we have mark sheet, their fees, etc. Okay, so see here like the object student and the object teacher, they possess a different state, characteristic and behavior, but they belongs to a single class. So there can be, it's not that this example is fit for school or student teachers. It can be fitted for anything, any, like you can take for fruits also. Say fruit is a class, apple, mango, orange are what? Object. They have their different shapes, different taste, different like number of seeds, different colors, okay, different size they are available. Even you can go for different price also. Same way for vehicle like car and all, okay, car, bike, truck, so many are there. Birds, animals, each and everything in this world, they have a virtual name, and that virtual name consists of a group of object, and these objects are real entity. Okay, we operate on this object. Object occupy the space in a program. Class does not occupy. Okay, class does not occupy the space. Who occupy the space? Object. In a class, student they sit. Class is like that only, it's just a room. Okay, you can make a bedroom or maybe whatever you want to make. Okay, but if the student goes, that becomes a class. That means the students are occupying the space. They are giving the meaning to the programs. And even we are operating on object. Okay, we need object. We doesn't need a class. Okay, we doesn't need a class. We need an object. We are not teaching here to a class. We are teaching to the student. That means student is the object, isn't it? So objects are the real entity which does the real work and occupies certain space in a program. But to create the object, we need a class. Like you all are in class 9, that's why this class 9 syllabus or curriculum you are going through. Okay, so if class is not there, then you will be again confused. Now which curriculum you will possess? You will possess the class 8 one or class 9 one or maybe lower or higher one. Okay, so class is required. It is used to combine the group of object, join the group of object together. Okay, so creation of object is only possible when there is a class. Okay, so let us see how objects are created from the class. Okay, so see here. So see here how we create the object from the class. Say, I'll write the syntax first. Okay, syntax. Why we call that syntax? Because this is a grammar, this is a rule you need to follow. This syntax is only used to create the object. You cannot change, they are predefined. They are the grammar of a programming language. Okay, say to create the object, we have to write first class name. Okay, then object name. that equal to sign. Okay, the new class name with function sign and semicolon. See here the difference, this class name and this class name. This class name, we don't have a bracket here, opening and closing bracket is not there, so this is a keyword. And here for this class name we have opening and closing bracket, so this is a function or method. So got the difference, what is keyword and what is function or method? Keywords are inbuilt words, okay, they doesn't contain any opening closing bracket. The word which contain opening and closing bracket, such word are known as functions. Okay, now this class name from where we'll get, we need to declare, it's a user defined name. Okay, the class name is user defined name, we are declaring, we are creating that. Like in the previous example, that previous class video, the one program I did, here you can see I have given class P1. Okay, why P1? This P1 is from where it came. This P1 is user defined name, we have given that. We can give any name. Okay, it's up to us, we can give any name. Now the class is a keyword, so with the help of this keyword, class keyword, we create a user defined class name, and with that user defined class name we create the object. Now object name is also user defined. Okay, object name is also user defined. Some say class 9, some say standard 9, but both are same, they are the class. Now their students are there, the student names who gives? School? No, already they have. Okay, maybe someone is like Ram, someone Karan, someone Mohan, a different name can be there, and these names are user defined, their wish, whatever they have kept. Or the school says that your name is not good, please change it. Does it happens? No. So object names are also user defined name. Okay, user defined name. So here the class name same again, that user defined names, function sign will be there. Now the question is, what is new? New means new, something new. Yes, we are creating an object, that means new. Like for class 9 you all are new. Okay, again when you go for class 10, again you will be a new. That means for different class, when you peoples are combined, you are new for them. That means why new we need? Because a new space is allocated. For object, they are real entity, they are touchable things, they occupy certain space in a program, so that space should be allocated, and that allocation is decided by the keyword known as new. Clear what is the use of new keywords? New keywords decide or allocate the memory space in a program during run time. That means when the program is in running mode, means about to display the output, in such mode the certain space is allocated for the object, and that space is decided by the new keywords. It's a keyword. This new keyword is linked to the compiler, and with the help of this new keywords, space is decided and allocated. So now let us take example. Okay, see here. Example. Okay. School, student is equal to new. Now see this line. School, student equal to new school, function sign. One more example I'll be giving. School, teacher, new school, function sign. Now see, what does it means? This is school. This is the name of class, user defined class name. Okay, user defined class name, this is the name of class. And what does this student means? And as well as this teacher means. They are user defined objects. And why we need new? To allocate memory space. To allocate memory space. So children, from this two line, what you understood? That class we have single, it's a single class, school. But object, how many we have created? 2. It can be 3, 4, 5. There is no limit. Okay, number of class object we can create as many as we want. There is limit? No. If there is a capacity, you can keep on creating. Maybe in class 9 there can be 100 students, there can be 150 students, there can be 50 students only, there can be 80 students also. Depends on the school, depends on the class, how many objects they want to create. So from here one thing is clear, that class is user defined data type, because data type is only used to create the object. So class is what? User defined data type. And what is object? Variable of class. So class is data type, object is variable. Both are user defined. Clear? Second point, class is also known as factory of an object. Now what do you mean of factory? Factory means the production house where number of things are produced, isn't it? So here also the school, like in this example, school, which is indicating class, is a factory of an object, because from this school only, from this class keywords, we are creating multiple objects. So many objects are created. So we can say class as a factory of an object. So first point what I told is class is user defined data types, then object are variable of class. Second point, class is a factory of an object, because a single class can be used to create so many objects. Now third point, objects. Let us come for objects. Okay, objects are the instance of a class. Objects are the instance of a class. Instance means part of a class, because to create object we need a class. If class is not there, we cannot create the object. Not possible at all. So to create the object we need a class. That's why we can say objects are the instance of a class. So clear children? So once again a short summary I am giving for today's class. So first of all, we should know what is class, what is object, their relationship. Okay, now from there, after discussing this all things, we comes to few point. First point, class name is user defined, so we can say class is an user defined data type. Okay, now second, if we are talking about class, we need to talk about object also. Objects are the variable of class. Objects are the variable of class. Okay, so these 2 points we have to consider as single. Now let us come to the second point, point number 2. We can say that class as a factory of an object. Reason, a single class can be used to create so many objects. Example I have shown you by creating 2 objects of same class. Third, objects are the instance of a class. Instance means part of a class, because without class name, if I remove this part, then not possible at all to create the object. So to create the object, class is required. Okay, so without class, object cannot be created, not possible at all. Clear? But without object also we can run the program simply by class. Like in the previous video, I didn't create the object, only the class was created, okay, and the program was run. But that is only possible in BlueJ. In actual program it is not possible. We have to create. The instance creation is must. Without instance creation you cannot run the programs, because objects are only the real entity which are operated, not the class. Class is simply a virtual name. So is this clear children? You understood what is the relationship between class and object? Okay, fine. So today we'll do this much only. But remember one thing, chapter 1, chapter 2 are completed. I have given some question answer as a notes for chapter 1, but chapter 2 I have not given. Okay. So what you can do is, you have a book. Hope everyone has purchased the book. Not purchased, then go in school. Books are available. Purchase it. Okay, so after purchasing, you can see at the end of each chapter there are certain question answers, fill in the blanks, and this one, multiple choice questions. Question answers solved are there with question as well as answer. Go through that, and some required notes will are required, which I'll be sending you in the next video. Okay, as a PDF which everyone will maintain in your copy. Clear, children?